So that's my timer. I got my timer set for 6 minutes. You should be able to get, I think, about 15 minutes of flight time with this, with that 600 milliamp hour LiPo. So let's bring it in and set it down. Is that cool or is that cool? Let me turn off my timer. Okay. That is absolutely fun. That is a lot of fun. I've got the DRC Future Jet out here for its maiden flight today. It's windier than what was forecast. It's pretty cold out here too. It's a cold wind. But let's get it in the air and see what it will do in this wind. I would say we got 5 to 6 right now. Alright, got my timer in my pocket. I'm already bound up. Let's get out here away from the truck just in case it does something crazy. Launch it into the wind. Cool looking little plane. Let's see if it can handle this wind. Alright, launching. Oh, it is a lot of wind. A lot of wind for a little tiny plane that weighs less than 73 grams, but check it out. Descend a little bit. I got my LEDs on. It's about to hover. Oh, that is too cool. I can almost hover it. Whoa! I was using some yaw there to turn it into the wind. Okay, let's see what our in low rate. Let's see what our turn radius is. This is full right. Full right. That's not too bad. Give it some yaw here. Get it turned into the wind. I think it's having a bit of a hard time turning into the wind because it's so lightweight. Okay. Alright, now we're in high rate. Let's see if I can bring it down a little bit. It wants to climb into the wind. Oh, it's got plenty of elevator authority. See what kind of, oh yeah, it's got good aileron authority in high rate. So I definitely, if you're going to fly it in some wind like I am, you definitely want to put it into high rate. That's a pretty good turn radius in high rate. That's pretty cool. Check that out. I think that this is going to be a really good airframe. Throttle back a little bit going downwind. Come over top of the truck. Look at that. That has got a pretty decent gyro in it. I think another, well, I could just about hover it there. Yeah. Those L ones are working hard. Okay, let's get it back over here again. The wind is pushing downrange. Check that out. I think that is going to be a good little airframe. If it's like less than 73 grams all up, like 72 grams and some change with the stock LiPo in it, and if it can handle this kind of wind at that weight, I would say it's a pretty darn good airframe. Oh, this is going to be fun. Check that out. Look at that. Oh, I give it some high alpha. Fly backwards. I fly backwards. I'm flying backwards. That is cool. That is cool. This is a pretty inexpensive little plane. Comes with 2 LiPos, guys. I'll have links to it in the show notes. But this is going to be a fun little plane, and I am flying at 5 to 6 miles per hour wind. At least 5 to 6 miles per hour wind right now with this plane. It speeds up going down. Okay, so now let's gain some altitude. I want to see what the stunt button does. Are we ready? Whoa, that is a fast roll. I hope you caught that. That was a fast roll. Okay, so that was to the left. Let's see what the right looks like. Oh man, those are some fast rolls. Alright, I want to see if it will do a loop. You'll bring it back through here. I want to bring it into the wind, have some altitude, and see See what it will do into the wind. Get it in front of me here. Oh, we couldn't quite do it there. Couldn't quite do it. Come back. It's way out there now. Well, appears to have good range. I let it get way too far away. So it's, for a little tiny plane, it looks like it's got pretty good range on it. Okay, so let me try giving it a little more power. Maybe it's the wind. No, I think the wind is just can't handle that wind. Okay, let's get it back over here again. It goes downrange really fast with that wind. I think I got more wind at altitude than I have down here on the ground, but that is going to be a cool little plane. Okay, so I wanted to see how this altitude thing works here. Okay, so I pressed the altitude thing, and so now I'm just going to give it aileron and see if it maintains its altitude. I'm not giving it any elevator. It seems to be doing pretty good. Even going into the wind. Yeah, it seems to be doing pretty good. So I'm just giving it elevator. Now you're going to have to, it doesn't have GPS or altimeter, so you're going to have to adjust it using elevator every once in a while. But it, whoa, that's going downwind. That does a pretty good job. Oh man, my timer's going off already. Oh man. All right. Oh, I want to come to here one more time. I want to bring it in slow, like this, with some high alpha. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's hovering. I'm just barely moving it forward. Isn't that cool? Okay, so I'm going to see if I can go one more circuit and bring it in. I had my timer set for 6 minutes. This plane's a lot of fun. I didn't realize that I had it in the air that long. But I do like the high rate. I don't care for the low rate. Low rate might be okay with, you know, calm wind day, but if you got any wind, you definitely want the high rate on it. Okay, so let's see here. That was almost a vertical landing. So I just slowed it down using the throttle and centered my stick for the elevator and let it come in at a high alpha, you know, nose high altitude, and just slowly decrease the throttle to set it down, and it came down almost vertically into that wind. So that is a cool little plane. I'm glad I pulled the trigger on it. I'm going to get some more flights on it just to make sure that there's no weird tendencies with it. But I would say after that first flight, this is probably going to go in my list for best sub 250 gram planes, especially if you're looking for a beginner plane. I can't believe how stable that was in the air in this kind of wind, way less than 73 grams. Absolutely fantastic, guys. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. And if it continues to fly this well, I want to bring it out when there's less wind, right? To really test it out really well. But obviously it can handle some wind, so that's not a problem. I don't think I would hesitate putting it in 7 to 8 miles per hour wind. Stay tuned for some more flights with it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time in the TinkerzLab.